Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Auphanim. So, of course, today we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. As I've iterated many times, Bitcoin's future is very bright. And if you don't believe what some of the charts are saying, you see a lot of people accumulating, a lot of retail accumulating, then you definitely can go with the big money. What is the big money saying? What are the large banks and large financial institutions telling you? What are they showing you? Okay, that's very important. What are the nations, the countries telling you and showing you? That is also very important, and you have to take that into account. In my humble opinion, you have to take that into account. The reason I say that is because they have a bevy of financial experts and researchers constantly bringing them data, crunching numbers, looking at catalysts, and they have extreme amounts of foresight. So when they're given a briefing and they're brought a folder of documents and they sit in this briefing where they're told what is going to be coming, they are well informed when they make a decision. So you saw what Russia just is about to do or is doing with making Bitcoin legal tender, okay, or legalizing Bitcoin. You saw what El Salvador is doing. You see what a lot of the states within the United States are trying to do. So you see a trend building. There is no way with all of these powerful entities accumulating Bitcoin or being favorable towards Bitcoin that you don't believe that there's going to be some sort of explosion. I also believe, and then we're going to get into a few articles, just bear with me. I also believe that they know, as I said, they have briefings, they have experts. They know that there are companies trying to green Bitcoin up, and that's going to be extremely bullish whenever that's fully rolled out. The greening of Bitcoin is going to cause an explosion in price that is going to be very, very healthy, in my humble opinion. And that's a catalyst that people should keep their eye on. What companies are making these green technologies for Bitcoin? What layer twos or whatever layer is coming out? What stage in development are those layers that will make Bitcoin transaction fees lower and make Bitcoin greener? These are things that I would keep my eye on. But here's one more individual of a powerful standing that is indicating to you that Bitcoin has a bright future and that there is indeed an explosion in price coming. Now, I don't know when, but I just know it's coming. Here's an article on zcrypto.com, zycrypto.com. Make sure to go over there and check them out. And it's titled as such, JP Morgan's asset management exec admits he's tempted to invest in Bitcoin. That's major. That's huge because a lot of these large financial institutions have been against Bitcoin for a long time and have been very public about it. So to have this statement be made publicly, it's a very powerful indicator of where Bitcoin is going. All right. So here's the quote. OK, and the quote is as such. I won't be buying it, even though part of me wants to, regardless of consequences, since that's what some crypto holders have been counting on from the beginning. So what he's saying is a lot of people anticipated that these institutions who were individuals who were originally against Bitcoin would in the future want a piece of it, obviously, because it's making so much money. And a lot of people have the foresight to see that it was going to be a big money maker in the future. A lot of the large institutions, for whatever reason, were against Bitcoin at first, as was this representative from JP Morgan. But now he has to sort of eat crow and admit that, yes, I am tempted to get in. The only reason I believe that he has to say that is because of its bullish future. The future is so bullish that to say that you would not be tempted to get in would be a stain on your integrity and a stain on your prestige, your position, because it would say that you're being illogical and not seeing the bullish nature of where the price action can go positively with Bitcoin in the future. So he was pretty much forced to say this because of what is on the horizon. It's inevitable and it's undeniable. As I said before, when you see what countries are doing with Bitcoin and they're accumulating, El Salvador just let you know that. Russia, look at what's happening there. And there's going to be a lot of accumulation in that area. United States, there's so much going on with Bitcoin that it's hard for me to say it doesn't have a bright future and people aren't going to make a handsome amount of money, of course. But let's continue on here. So here we have an article on Cointelegraph.com, and it's titled as such. This is written by William Suberg. Make sure you head over to Cointelegraph.com, check them out, give them some traffic over there. And the title is as such: Bitcoin centers on 44K as BTC price MACD delivers long-awaited bull signal. Let's continue on just a little bit further. It says, circling $44,000, traders were mostly preoccupied with a potential retracement, this having the potential to wipe out practically all recent progress. Here's a quote. Now that we are at monthly resistance, we may see a pullback. Even if we do, a higher low to 38K, 40K would be healthy, followed by a continuation to 50K plus. We can stop there. So listen, there's going to be a lot of, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin right now. I think it's going to do very well. Of course, like I said, I do believe there's going to be a few dips. It's not going to be easy. Reaching that 80K, 100K level, it's not going to be easy because there are negative catalysts that are coming up. But as I said, if we can get around those particular catalysts, then yes, it's full steam ahead possibly. If individuals are staying privy to what's going on with Bitcoin and all of the positive news, all of the positive catalysts that are coming. There are many more positive catalysts than there are negative catalysts, fortunately, from what I have seen. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I have seen. That's what I've gleaned. But I will say that, yes, there may be a few dips and a little bit of consolidation. That's just going to be very good in my humble opinion. And I believe that if we see any type of dips, it'll come around those particular negative catalysts. We circumvented a few of them already. We have a few coming up in the United States. We'll see how those particular things go. We'll just keep an eye on everything. But as of right now, everything's looking very, very good in my humble opinion. So then we have another article here on cryptopolitan.com, and the title is as such: Bitcoin price analysis. Bitcoin ready to retest $46,000. And you have some bullet points here. Bitcoin price analysis, bullish today. I'm also bullish, but not because of the charts. But you see how everything is sort of coinciding. Now, we could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But you see how things are coinciding. I am a researcher. Then you have chart analysts, and we're all coinciding, saying that Bitcoin is bullish at this particular time. I'm moving with more long-term vision, but I think everything is sort of coming together in my humble opinion. So yeah, this first bullet point, Bitcoin price analysis is bullish today. Bitcoin USD retraced to $43,000 yesterday. And then there's the third bullet point, sideways momentum is seen since, a little consolidation there. This is all very good, all very bullish in my humble opinion. If we can get past a few negative catalysts, I think things are looking pretty good. Like I said, in the future, Bitcoin is becoming greener, possibly. Hopefully that continues happening. I think a lot of things are going to get sorted out when it comes to cryptocurrencies as far as regulatory clarity and regulations and such. You already see a separation happening between cryptocurrencies that are energy efficient and they are made for they're made to be store of values, stabilized store of values, and not just stable coins. I'm talking about cryptocurrency banking rails like XRP, XLM, and such like that. They're sort of being separated from Bitcoin, as you see a lot of the banks coming out lately and saying that Bitcoin is not, they don't like Bitcoin as a store of value because of its price volatility. So it's being separated. So I believe that there is, what they're doing is setting it up where Bitcoin can exist, but separate from the actual cryptos that they would like to be store of values and a little bit more controllable, if you get where I'm going with this, right? That's what it seems like. So, I mean, the future is looking pretty good. And I think that they will set things up where Bitcoin can continue to do what it does. It's a moneymaker, and it's going to, I think that the price is going to absolutely explode much higher than people are anticipating. And it doesn't have to all be meteoric. It can happen in levels. Most things don't happen meteorically, right? You do have parabolic runs, but usually there's levels to those parabolic runs. But yes, I think the banking sector is starting to figure things out a little bit. The financial sector is starting to figure things out a little bit. They're starting to come around. And also, I believe that the government, now that they're being educated in mass, you have a lot of cryptocurrency educators, like from Stellar, the Stellar Foundation and such, having constant meetings with them and educating them on what what Bitcoin really is, what stable coins are, what the cryptocurrency banking rails like XLM, XRP are and what they do, and that there's differences in cryptocurrencies, that yes, things can be made better as well. So things are not as dark and grim as the governments will want them to be. So that's all going very, very well in my opinion. So hopefully that continues. And I think, so what I'm getting to is I think that makes the future that much brighter for Bitcoin, actually. It's going to be easier for people to use Bitcoin as tender without having to worry about tax implications and such, like you can buy things here and there. So I think a lot of that's going to get worked out. I saw an article where maybe they only tax transactions that are above a certain amount. That was pretty interesting. So we'll see how things continue to go in that realm. But as of right now, things are looking pretty good. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.